guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be reviewing the new e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Here is the packaging for it, which I'm super excited about because you guys know they had the original putty primer. I never tried that one because it was sold out for the longest online and in store, and when it finally came back in stock in store, I was pretty much kind of like over it. So when I saw the new one come out, I was like, I definitely have to get my hands on it. You guys know they have the matte and they also have the luminous one. I do have dry skin, so of course I opted for the Luminous Putty Primer, which I cannot wait to actually put to the test for you guys today. I decided to do it a little bit different in terms of how I want to review it. I know people who have oily skin, they do the whole wear test and they compared it to the Luminous Primer. Clearly, because I have dry skin, I'm not going to compare this to the matte primer because I would never wear a matte primer. So I decided to try the primer out by trying it with a hydrating foundation and also a foundation that's more like matte. So if you guys want to see my thoughts and opinions, and of course, let's get started. Alright, so again, I am trying the new e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. It is the one called Universal Glow. It's infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen. I love products that have hyaluronic acid. If you have dry skin, that's the first ingredient I always look for, whether in a moisture or a cleanser. So the fact that this primer has hyaluronic acid has me super excited because it's one of those products where I may not have to use a moisturizer with it. I'm just going to use this product by itself with no moisturizer, no spray, nothing like that. So that pretty much has me super excited. I'm just going to read you the back of the packaging. It says, this luminous blurring putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin to smooth over imperfections and add a soft glow. Infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen to help plump skin and keep it fresh and hydrated. The result, a smooth, blurred, radiant complexion. So here is the packaging for it. It's still that same like matte black packaging. You also have this really like nice plastic container. And then when you open it up, let's see. So here is what the inside of the product looks like. It's just a clear primer, so nothing crazy. Just want to touch it. Ooh, it feels really soft to the touch, and like it does have that like velvety texture that it says. It definitely has that. So the direction says to apply a thin, even amount to clean, moisturized skin prior to application. Allow to set for 30 seconds before applying foundation. So my skin is actually not moisturized. Let me just go ahead and moisturize my skin since it does says to apply moisturizer to your skin. So give me 1 second. Alright, so I do have my moisturizer on my skin, so now we can actually go into the primer. I'm just going to go ahead and take the primer and just put my finger in it. It feels so nice. I'm just going to start right here and then work my way out. It doesn't feel as smooth going onto the skin, but it's not like tugging either. So there is actually like flexes of gold shimmer, which is funny because when you look at it in the pan, you don't even see any kind of shimmer at all. But when you put it to the face, you can actually see like flexes of like gold shimmer. It's really like fine. So you have to like be up close to a mirror to actually see it, which I do have my mirror in front of me, but it's really fine. So keep that in mind. If you're the kind of person who don't care for like any kind of like glitter in your primers or like in your products in general, keep that in mind. It does have it in here. Again, you cannot see it in the actual tube, but once you actually apply the product to your face, you can definitely see the shimmer in there. But again, it's really fine. It's nothing that's crazy. It almost looks like gold flexes is on your, like gold flexes is on your skin. All right, so I do have the primer on my face, And I do have my mirror in front of me. I'm just going to look a little bit closely to my skin so I can see what it's looking like. So again, I can definitely see the gold shimmer is on my skin. So keep that in mind again. It does look very like smoothing and like blurred. So it definitely did a good job with that aspect of it. So it's definitely smooth. It's definitely blurring my skin. So far it looks really good. I'm not a huge fan of shimmer. That would be the only thing I would say. But besides that, so far, as far as like smoothing, it looks really good. It feels really soft to the touch. Like when you touch your face, it feels really soft. So I do like that aspect of it. And again, so far my skin looks really good. My pores don't look like crazy or anything like that. So far, 2 thumbs up, minus the shimmer. So I do have 2 foundations in front of me. I do have the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have the original one, which is more like your matte finish in F13. And I also have the Hydrating one, which is also an F13. I'm going to apply one on each side of my face, just so I can see how the product works with a matte foundation. You guys know I tend to wear them sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So I do want to go ahead and compare the primer to a matte foundation and also a hydrating foundation to see if there will be a difference on the skin. So just going to take the Conceal and Hydrate Radiance Foundation. I'm going to apply it on the right side of my face. So again, the hydrating foundation will be on the right side of my face. All right, it's going to change out my brush, and then on this side I'm just going to use the matte foundation. I love how the new one have the pump on it, but I love the doe foot on the original too. So I like both packaging for the foundations. They're both really good. So again, this side is going to be your matte foundation. I can definitely see one difference. The Radiant foundation was so easy to glide on top of the primer. This one isn't gliding as easily compared to the Radiant foundation. I'm just gonna go back in, just get a little bit more. All right, so we have the foundation on our face. So again, I do have the Radiant foundation on this side, and I have the matte foundation on this side. And again, I must say, on the Radiant side, the foundation blended so smooth and so easy over the primer. On the matte side, I felt like I was like struggling to like blend the product out. And I can honestly say, on this side, my skin looks so radiant and glowy. Can you guys see that? Like I almost have like a slight highlight on my face, which is so pretty. And then here is the matte side. It just looks like matte. I don't see a difference in terms of it being like super radiant, but at the same time, it's not like the worst that I've seen in terms of like matte primers, because I do have other matte foundations. When I use a primer that's not hydrated, it looks horrible on my face. So it still does look matte on my skin, but at the same time, it's not like horrible. Like, does it look luminous? I wouldn't say it looks like luminous compared to this side, but at the same time it doesn't look bad either. So in terms of right now, I am favoring the radiant side of my face because I did use that radiant foundation. So by the time you add the radiant foundation on top of the Luminous Putty primer, it definitely looks so good. But if you use the primer with a matte foundation, this is what it would look like. So again, there is a difference. It just depends on like what you're going for. But I must say, I would honestly still use this primer with a matte foundation because it doesn't look bad. I just prefer how my skin look on this side. So touching it. So this side, when I touch this side of my face, it feels kind of like tacky. If that makes sense, like it feels tacky to where I need to like actually set my face. Whereas if I touch the matte side, it doesn't feel tacky at all. It almost feels like it's just setting nicely to the skin. So this side, I need to go ahead and set this side because it does feel kind of tacky compared to this side. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face makeup. I'll let you guys kind of watch me, and then we'll just come back and review everything and just kind of see how the makeup looks on the skin. So I'm going to fast forward you guys now.
DJ Lil Ty, DJ Lil Ty, DJ Lil Ty.
You lift my heart up when the rest of me is down. You enchant me even when you're not around. If there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. I'm latching on, babe. Now I know what I have found. My heart up when the rest of me is down. You enchant me even when you're not around. If there are boundaries, I will try to knock them down. I'm latching on, babe. Now I know what I have found. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby? I feel we're close enough. I wanna lock in your love. I think we're close enough. Could I lock in your love, baby?
Girl, I want it all. I can't get enough of your love, I swear. It's my drug. And every time I hit it, you take me there. Calling out my name.
It's pretty much the completed look. So again, here is the side where I have the hydrated foundation on this side, and then here is where I have the matte foundation. To be honest, you guys, again, I am still favoring this side of my face. I feel like once I added like my setting powder, all of my powder products, it kind of like took the shine away that I had earlier on my face. So I feel like it's not as radiant as earlier compared to the matte side. It just clearly looks even more, I don't want to say dull, but it's not as, you know, radiant compared to this side of my face. So I do feel like I do like the primer in terms of using it with a hydrating foundation. Would I use it with a matte foundation? I probably would, but I would use it with something else because I kind of feel like on its own it just doesn't look as luminous, and I kind of feel like if you're claiming to be a luminous primer, I still want to see that glow even with a matte foundation. The only thing I will say is my skin looks so soft. It feels so smooth to the touch. I just love how it looks so like blurred, almost like a filter is on my face. That part of it I love a lot. Like I can definitely not even take that away from it. I feel like that part is definitely true 100%. But I just feel like I prefer the primer with a hydrated foundation because I just love how my skin looked earlier. Again, with all the powders on my face, it still looks really nice with all the powders on my face. Definitely better compared to the matte side, but just keep that in mind if you like to wear matte foundations as well. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much my thoughts and review on the new e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Let me know in the comment section down below which side did you prefer better. Did you prefer the hydrated side or did you prefer the matte side better? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, they do have a matte primer if you do have oily skin. If you have dry skin, definitely get the Luminous Putty Primer. And of course, they do have the original as well. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my video. If you did, please be sure to give it 2 thumbs up and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.